Yeah.
Learn and live in love.
Learn, live, and love.
Yeah.
Come on.
Let's talk about real life, everyday situations.
Everyday situation.
We come to build up our brothers
Alpha
and
man.
deal with life relationships.
Let's come
Come together and take a stand in our household. Welcome to the Backbone Show. Yeah.
We welcome you
Welcome to the Backbone Show.
to the Backbone Show.
Oh.
Let's go.
What's up, everybody? What's going on, everybody? When I say everybody, I mean those who are joining me right now for this live and those who be picking this up on the playback. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm Mel, and welcome to the Backbone Show. We got a creative show for you today. You see the title, Why Do These Men We Call Nice Guys, why do they finish last? It's a distinct reason why, and I have a lot of experience with this because I was once a nice guy. So we're going to get into this. As you come in, whether you're watching on the playback or as you join me live, please hit the like button for me. Facebook and YouTube and all of our social medias have what we call an algorithm. And for small channels like myself, even some of the bigger channels, if we don't have help from people like you, like PBS says, from viewers like you, we won't get any traction. We won't get any type of love. We won't get any type of interactions with people. So we need you to help us. I have to do my part and promote myself, but I need you as well to help me out. So if you can, share this with somebody, hit the like button, do your best, do all you can to support me. If you like what I'm doing, I know a lot of people like to keep me in the closet, like R. Kelly, but it's all good. One day you're going to come out and we're going to know the real you. I'm just playing. I know I got a lot of controversial stuff I say, so I don't bother people too much. But at the same time, if you watching it, why not allow somebody else to? But man, as you guys know, this Derrick Jackson, the guy we talked about last week, this thing is really going viral, and more information has actually come out. And I kind of said in my last video that more stuff gonna come out, and I omitted one thing I want to point out here. What I knew would come out is that he not stopped cheating. He didn't stop cheating. I knew that he was still going. At the end of the day, guys, Derrick Jackson was living a double life. And we know this. I mean, it's not like a rocket science to know that Derrick Jackson was living a double life. The double life he was living was the life that he had and the life he wanted. He wasn't being his true self and has still not been his true self. And that spearheaded me to talk about this. And the main thing I want to point out with that is being your true self. I don't have a problem, to be honest with you. I don't have a problem with Derrick Jackson cheating on his wife. I don't have a problem with Derrick Jackson misleading women all over the world. I don't have a problem with that. Because, first of all, she's not without fault, meaning his wife. She's not without fault in this situation. She has her own error. She didn't lead him or force him to cheat. No. But this woman is a Christian woman. And let me actually change that. She's a church woman. Church women and church men do. They pick and choose what scripture they want to follow. They pick and choose what scripture they want to implement on this day and, not necessarily the next day. And the main scripture she was not following is everything it says in the Bible on how to represent your man. So I'm not saying she was forcing to cheat, but she wasn't without fault. So I'm not upset at Derrick Jackson for stepping out because it's none of my business. But what I'm upset with Derrick Jackson about is he refuses to be himself. He takes on this nice guy persona, and everything you hear from the women, the mistresses, is that he's nothing like that guy. He's nowhere near the guy he perceives or shows us to be. He's not being who he wants to be. And you're looking at somebody who I was always a different person everywhere I went. Before I found who I am right now, before I became the man that I always wanted to be, I was always somebody different. At church, I was somebody. At work, I was somebody. Around my ex, I was somebody. Around my friends, I was somebody. And then when I indulged in infidelity, I was a whole different person around those women. But now, the best quality I have about myself, and I found my backbone enough to be able to be the same person no matter who I'm around. Yeah, when I'm around my dad, I may not cuss, but I'm still the same person. At the end of the day, that should be the goal of everyone, but especially men. You should be able to be comfortable being who you are no matter who you're around, because you are a man of integrity, or you're a man that goes after what you want, or you're a man that just know who you are and confident in that, and whoever else don't deal with it. Just like DX says, we got 2 words for them. At the end of the day, this land and this society has created a path and a mindset that men cannot be men. Men cannot be who they are. We have to put on a facade and act like we are this nice guy. I'm not saying that there's not authentic, nice people out there. I'm not saying those men who are authentic men, or authentic, nice men, they don't finish last. Let me be clear about that. They don't finish last. They get what they are. I mean, they get the outcome that they strive to get. But for alpha men and men who kind of a butthole like myself, when you're not being your true self, you don't get that outcome. You get outcomes like Derrick Jackson received. You get exposed. You get exposed for your true character and for who you really are. Derrick Jackson got what he deserved. But was this actually a reprimandment by God? Was this actually a reprimandment by any belief system that you believe? What goes around, come around. Anything that you put out comes back to you. Whatever belief system you believe, was this really a bad situation for him? You can say it was karma. We can make it mention of any hardship that can come upon him. You can say that's what it is. But in my mind, this was actually a release for Derrick Jackson. This was actually an opportunity for Derrick Jackson to become who he really is. He was freed, so to speak. He was freed from this public persona and this terrible marriage that he's in. He was freed. And he needs to use this opportunity to leave. Use this opportunity to realize that God, in my mind, but what you want to believe, something is allowing him the opportunity to get the heck out of Dodge. But no, he want to continue on this persona. So now what happened? A new lady came out as recent as last week. She said they was having sex 2 weeks ago. This dude making it public that him and his wife have reconciled and all these things. What up, my boy? Marquez. I hope I said your name right, bro. But what's up, my man? Appreciate you for joining in, man. But he put on his public persona, man, and he had the opportunity. He could use the opportunity to get out of the situation and be his true self. Because I'm gonna be real, we don't know. I'm not a proponent of everybody going out there cheating on their lady and all that. Marcus, oh, that's good. I like the way I spelled it. Cool, bro. I struggle with names overall, but glad you corrected me. I want to say it right. But I'm not a proponent for cheating and things like that. I'm not saying everybody should do that. But I am saying whoever you are, whatever you are, be that. And what Derrick Jackson is struggling with is being his true self. But there is a woman out there. Hear me out, because I'm not saying this is what I would do. I'm just saying Derrick Jackson has the opportunity to do this. There's a woman out there that would accept him for exactly who he is. A man that likes a lot of women. And there's a theory out there. There's a lot of people who may say he may deserve, or not deserve, but may be able to do that based on the type of person he is. So all I'm a proponent of is being who you really are. Because the worst thing in the world, I mean, even Jesus spent the majority of his ministry talking about hypocrites. And so that's what I'm trying to say, man, from being a hypocrite. But I want to give you guys a couple examples of some things because at the end of the day, nice guys that are faking that niceness finish last. Look at this movie. Who remember this movie? Whoever seen this movie, you can put in the comment section if you've seen it. I'm gonna give you a couple of spoiler alerts. So I'm gonna give you this main spoiler alert here. This is a movie called Something About Mary. Now the premise is centered around Cameron Diaz's character, which she's supposed to be like the most beautiful woman in all these guys' eyes. So you see Ben Stiller there. Ben Stiller knew this lady in high school. So he'd been chasing this lady for over 20 years. Every man in this picture, besides the dude on the far right, which is her brother, every man in this picture has been chasing Mary, but they were all faking who they were. The guy to the right, Ben Stiller, he was acting handicapped the whole movie. There's another guy that's actually not pictured. He was faking, had buck teeth, and it's basically what these guys were doing. They knew the type of guy that Mary liked. They knew the type of guy that Mary was going for. She wanted this nice guy who was into charity because her brother is mentally disabled. I said that politically correct. I'm proud of myself. I could say retarded. Dang, I just said it. Her brother is mentally disabled. So she wanted a guy who was able to be around those type of people. She wanted a guy who's, just an overall nice guy. So all these guys, besides Ben Stiller, was faking the funk, trying to be that guy. But this is a final scene where they all kind of came together to figure out how, we can't have Mary. If none of us can have Mary, then nobody can have Mary. That's basically what they got down to the bottom to. But they was faking the funk. So the point I'm trying to make is eventually the truth came out. Because now the guy who was crippled, he was actually on crutches the whole movie, and you see him standing upright the whole time. And he had a fake accent. Everything about these guys was fake, and she saw right through it. So they were exposed, just like Derrick Jackson. And I did it again. Y'all can't see my screen. I did this last week too. Bam. There we go. All right. So this is the screen I'm referring to. This is the movie scene I'm referring to. The movie Something About Mary. And these are all the guys that was trying to get married, besides the dude on the right. Now, I'm not going to go over what I just said. Y'all heard me. But the point is, these guys were exposed, just like Derrick Jackson. I was going to say however, but listen. I want to show you guys a list of fellas that I hope get exposed like Derrick Jackson. I'm not hoping that marriages end and nothing like that. I'm not hoping that these guys' careers get ruined. I'm not hoping that these men are, giving out babies all over the world and STDs, all this stuff. I just hope that they have a Derrick Jackson moment at some point or another. I'm just being honest. It irritates me profusely that these men are celebrated and they not showing them their real self, if you ask me. Let's start with the first one. Bam. The guy y'all love the most, Barack Obama. Now, I know y'all love Barack Obama. I don't have too much against the guy, Barack Obama. I got something against his policies, not the guy, Barack Obama. The main thing I have against him, he's a beta of his relationship. He's a straight beta male. In the words of Jason Lee Peterson, beta, straight beta. Now I can tell you where it started. If you can, this all is Googleable. It's Googleable. You can Google this all day long. Back in the day, before Barack Obama's even thought of being a president of the United States or even a senator. He was running for another office. Now, back then, the Obamas was pretty broke. So Michelle said, Barack, do not run, because if you do this, we're going to lose all our money. That's what she said. Barack, I guess at that time, he had some balls, because he did not take her advice, went ahead and applied for that position anyway, or ran for office anyway, and he lost. Not only did he lose, he lost all the money that she said they would lose. So at that point, Michelle Obama filed for divorce. The Obamas almost got divorced? Oh my God. Yes, they almost got divorced. Now, it took their preacher at the time, the same preacher Barack ended up disowning later on, but they took their preacher to save their marriage. Otherwise, Michelle would have been gone. But at that point on, in my opinion, the rest I said, everything else I just said was facts. This is my opinion. From that point on, Michelle had Obama balls. Michelle had Obama balls. Because ain't nothing like, make this straight black. It's a black thing right here. Ain't nothing like when a black woman mad at you. I'm sorry. Ain't nothing like when a black woman mad at you and when she could tell you, I told you so. It ain't nothing like that. When you make a mistake, you do everything she said not to do, and she could throw that in your face, you never hear the end of it. She got a trump card for the rest of her life. Now, at the end of the day, they stayed together, but he never got his power back. I talk about this a lot, and I said this about Derrick Jackson as well. The number one thing a man have to do when they make a mistake and infidelity is get back on top. Especially if you call yourself a Christian. The Bible calls what? Man, the head of his wife. There's not the head of the house, the head of his wife. There's no way that a family can function properly with the woman being the lead of the house. Of the husband, of the family. If you see, that's why the black community is where it is right now. The black community is a matriarchy. That's why the majority of our families are down to the pits of hell. Because there ain't no way we can function as a woman as the lead. It can't work. Obama never got his balls back. Obama never took back control of the family. To the point his mother-in-law was living in the White House. Name another mother-in-law that lived in the White House. Lived. I ain't saying visit every now and then. Lived in the White House. He said, oh, she was babysitting the baby. No, come babysit and leave. But she didn't. She lived there. Obama, from that point on, was a beta. And my point is, I ain't hoping this stuff don't come out, but all I'm saying is, I know Obama be smashed. I'm just saying. He grew up he ain't never had a black woman until he met Michelle. He said, oh, it's the power of a black woman. That's the power he had to get her. You said all you want. There was a political reason he got with that girl. Ain't no way in the world he could have ran for president with a black woman. A white woman. He wouldn't got no votes from black women. So this was political, in my opinion. So at the end of the day, I know he's still out there smashing the white women. That's just my opinion too. I just feel it in my heart of hearts. So it'd be great if his Derrick Jackson moment come, but he got security and all that stuff. So it probably never come out. It'll be in his memoir. In his memoir, we'll finally get the right answer. The next person I hope get exposed one day. This punk right here. Oh my God. Now, I asked a woman the other day to name one couple that is two alphas in. A woman alpha, because she called herself an alpha female. I said, name me somebody a couple that got an alpha male and alpha female in it. Could she do it? No. All she did was name this couple here. What? What about Russell Wilson as alpha? If y'all don't know, I ain't gonna go through their whole history. I'm just gonna tell you what the most recent thing going on. Russell Wilson been trying to get out of Seattle actually the last 3 years, but they paid him so he got that money, so that's why he stayed. But this year he really trying to force their hand to push him out of there. Why? In my opinion, I'm full of opinions tonight. Sierra went out of Seattle. See, every destination he said to go to is a party city. New Orleans, Chicago, New York, Dallas, all the major cities in the country. That's the team he tried to get traded to. He didn't say nothing about no Pittsburgh or whatever. He didn't say nothing about no team, that's in ain't no shot to Pittsburgh people. He ain't say nothing about no team that's, ain't really no party city. It's for her. That's a beta, man. Why would he want to leave Seattle? He a made man. It don't make no sense. But this dude, people look at this couple as the idol couple, the model idol couple. There's nothing strong. There's nothing great about this couple. This dude clearly is not being himself majority of the time. Because ain't no way, no word, a man is that nice. And then more than anything, she ain't being herself. I talk about this all the time. Women get they type before they have kids. Women, whoever a woman with before she have kids, that's who she like. So she like thugs. Point blank. She left Future because there's no future in Future. But she got with this dude. But every time a good guy get a girl like this, it's always with a baggage. With a +1 or 2 or 3 or 5. She's going to have a baby. So don't miss me with the whole Russell Wilson Sierra thing. This is a beta male with an alpha woman. Ain't no such thing as two alphas together. They can get together and do other things, but they can't survive in marriage. The next one. Now, this guy here, I believe he may be the most genuine person on the list. This guy's name is Kev on Stage. Now, I got a personal beef, not with him, but just a personal beef because I can't stand men who be out here championing women just for nothing. And these people who say protect all women and protect black women, stuff like that. Like I'm anti that, to be honest with you. Because black women don't need protecting. But first of all, and y'all don't get mad at me, majority of the thing that go wrong with black women is provoked. They provoked it. Majority. I ain't saying all. Majority. Secondly, and it kind of go along with the first one, more often than not, it's they mouths that got them in trouble. I'm saying, like, nobody talk about how strong they are, how mighty they are. They never define the strength, but they always talk about their strength. But yet need so much help from everybody in the world. I don't understand. You need help from the government for welfare. You need help to be protected when you don't start the mess. How many men has died behind the hands of a black woman talking up a game, talking up a fight, hyping up a fight? Then she come home and tell you, and most dudes don't get the full story. They just go out and fight and get killed. So Kev on Stage put out those type of messages, and I can't stand it. Now, I hope he's a real dude. Don't get me wrong. But I would love for his Derrick Jackson moment to come out. I'm just being honest. I would love it. It would be good to my soul. I would laugh hard if he had a Derrick Jackson moment. But I hope they make it. I ain't gonna lie. I hope they make it. But it will be funny. Next one is this guy. Oh, my bad. Not this guy. This guy. Oh, shoot. Not this guy either. My bad. This guy. Oh, shoot. Dang. He been married that many times? Shoot. Darn it. Oh, wow. Yes, Steve Harvey. The guy that y'all listen to the most. For what? Look at how many times he been married. Somebody have a good time outside. I don't know if y'all can hear that. Why are we listening to Steve Harvey? Why? For what? Now, if y'all don't know, this is all three of his ex-wives, or two of his ex-wives and, his current wife. But listen, the majority of things he say is 100% disingenuous. He don't believe none of it. Because the most stuff we talk about is how the women are the prize, women got the best thing between their legs and all that stuff. I wonder what he's thinking about his 2 ex-wives. That's the real question. Secondly, his current wife, they just put it mildly, was a whore her former life. I ain't saying she is now, but you see her daughter right now because the apple don't fall too far from the tree. At the end of the day, Steve Harvey is a hypocrite because he don't believe none of the stuff he be saying. I get why he doing it. The same way Derrick Jackson did it. The same reason. Because it's about the money. Majority of people on his show is black women. Majority of women who bought his book, black women. The majority of women who listen to his radio show, black women. Everything he does is centered around black women. So yes, he will lie and pander. Let me get a big audience. Y'all gonna be waiting on my Derrick Jackson moment because I'm a pander too. I'm just playing. I hope I can stay the way I am if I ever get a big audience. But money talks. And money cures all things. But I just want you guys to see the guys I hope, wish, and pray that they have a Derrick Jackson moment. Because at the end of the day, I want these men to be real. Not just real with me, but real with themselves. And that's the point I'm trying to make, guys. That at the end of the day, the 100% reason that nice guys finish last is because they're not genuine with themselves. They're not being them true selves. That's not who they are. That's not who they want to be. And that's not who they want others to be. They want others to accept them for who they are, but they're not being who they are. So at the end of the day, I feel bad for these dudes. I feel real bad for them because they're not being authentic. So that's the point. That's the facts. At the end of the day, my boy Marcus left a comment saying I'm reforming dirt bag one day at a time. Me too, man. Me too. But you admit it and you're open to it and you're open to who you are and you're open to what you want to become better. But the last thing to do is act like you're already there. That whole fake it till you make it thing, I see where it applies sometimes. But how about just make it? How about just be who you are currently until you get there? It's your boy Melo Mars. Thanks so much for joining me tonight. Hit me in the comment section, share it with somebody. And I'll see you guys later. Let's grow. Peace.